Call the meeting to order, please. First up this evening is a public hearing on a proposed Harlem Avenue Business District Number 1. This is February 2nd, Thursday, February 2nd, 2017. The time is 7 o'clock, and this precedes our regular board meeting, which will follow immediately after this hearing. So with regard to the public hearing, will you please call the roll?
President Self.
Here.
Trustee Gallery.
Here.
Trustee Collins. Here. Trustee Lumsden.
Here.
Trustee Pollock.
Here.
Trustee Sedley.
Here.
Trustee Hamilton. Here. Village Manager Francis. Here. Village Attorney Mars.
Here.
Also present Village Clerk Haley.
Thank you very much. And Mr. Lumsden is traveling on business, so he's joining us telephonically this evening. Does anyone object to him joining us telephonically? Hearing none, welcome, Mr. Lumsden. If everybody could please silence the phones. Ms. Francis, the acknowledgement.
Certainly. Included in the packet for the public hearing is the certification of the public notice pursuant to 65 ILCS 5/11-74.3-2B. The dates in which the public notice related to the Harlem Avenue Business District were published in the Landmark on December 28th, January 24th, 2017, and January 11th, 2017. It is important to note that also we published it for additional date that was not necessary. So we had essentially it within the Landmark for 3 weeks versus the 2 that's required. And we also, okay, the next item is the presentation of the Harlem Avenue proposed business district. There's a representative from Kane McKenna and Associates here, Phil McKenna, and I asked that he come up and present his findings. Inclusive in the packet is the actual business district plan which they have prepared.
And there will be opportunity after Mr. McKenna's presentation for questions and comments from the public as well as the trustees. Mr. McKenna, welcome.
Thank you. I'm Phil McKenna with Kane McKenna Associates. The discussion tonight is on a business district. A business district is an area that the village may decide is in need of some public help in order to generate a lot more private investment. It is an area in which the village may choose to help out by virtue of implementing additional sales tax in increments of increments of 1/4 of 1 cent, not to exceed 1 cent total, only in the area. Only in the area. There are no property tax implications whatsoever. There's no other financial implications, but it's also an area in which villages will say, hey, we want to attract some developers here. Maybe we can work with some developers on assemblage, on ingress and egress, on other things that are important to the development process. This is a very, very small area. Berkeley on the north, the gas station just south of Long Common on the south, Harlem on the east, and residential sort of dispersed on the west. It's all business. It's all zoned commercial. 2 of the properties are vacant altogether. A third property just went by there. I'd say at least half vacant, if not more than that. And then there's a gas station as well. In order to form a business district, in addition to the formal proceedings that Jessica outlined in this public hearing, there needs to be some findings. One of those findings is this a blighted area? Blighted is a defined term under the Act. And the blighted area means that the district on the whole hasn't been subject to growth on its own and needs some public investment. This has lost 30 to 35% of its value in the last 5 years, these properties here. We found that there are besides the buildings being vacant, that there are several of those buildings are in disrepair, basically all but one are in disrepair. The parking is in disrepair. Getting in and out from Harlem is really a problem that will need to be addressed with respect to development. We found that there's economic and social liability, not only with the vacancies and the getting in and out, but also with just the way it's laid out in terms of modern day layouts of smaller retail areas. We also found that, excuse me, there's economic underutilization of the area. We don't have a measurement for the loss in sales taxes, but I'm sure it's significant over the last 5 years. I mentioned the declining property values and the vacancy is obvious. The budget for the plan is $5,225,000. That's mainly to help with respect to site preparation, any kind of infrastructure that might be necessary, better movement throughout the area. So it's really an effort to say to a developer, hey, we can do some things in a limited way to be able to help you out, because we think this is an area along Harlem Avenue that can have a lot more private investment. And that about summarizes it. Obviously, the map is up there with comparison to the village as a whole, right? Okay. All right. I don't see colors well. That's why.
Mr. McKenna, one of the audience members here tonight is the owner of the Marathon, the gas station that you referred to.
Yes.
And they asked before the meeting if you could address what the ramifications of establishing a business district would be on an existing business.
There's no direct ramifications with respect to the gas station. Hopefully, if the area as a whole improves, that improves traffic along there, and therefore improves business for the gas station. Additionally, if the gas station itself has improvements to, perhaps the ingress and egress there, or improvements actually to its building itself, and would like to work with the village and potentially utilize additional sales tax for that, they would be able to do that with a business district.
Gentlemen, did you have any further questions for Mr. McKenna? If you do, could you please step up to the microphone so folks at home can hear and see what you have to say?
Okay. My name is Imtiaz Mehman. My uncle, he owns the gas station, the Marathon gas station. I mean, what would you do for the gas station? Because, I mean, you're saying that the sales tax might increase by 1%. So, I mean, how are you going to help him, or this development going to help him to increase his business?
And Mr. McKenna, please correct me if I'm wrong about this.
Sure.
If the village were to decide to impose the 1% tax within the business district, that would be money that the village then has available to reinvest in the business district. So, for example, if you wanted to do facade improvements, you could work with the village to say if you wanted to put up a new sign or something like that, we would have that revenue from the 1% tax to help you do improvements like that.
Okay. All right. That's about it. Thank you.
Well,
Thank you very much, and thank you for coming tonight.
The other point is if that development is able to be developed, then more traffic will be driven to that area, in which more traffic will be in that business district, and you should reap the benefits of more people in that area.
Okay. But the thing is, I mean, see, 1% sales tax is on gas too, and that's 2 cents on a gallon. Okay. I mean, Bourbon, I mean, he have to compete with 7-Eleven. You have to compete with Mobile. So 2 cents is huge when you're counting margins for gas station. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the margins. Sometimes you're not making anything on gas. So additional 2 cents do hurt. So, I mean, if inside the store, the customers pay. But you cannot tell customers, hey, you know what, there's an additional sales tax on gas, so you have to pay 2 cents more. They just go somewhere else. And I mean, you guys buy gas, right? People look at pennies when they buy gas. Thank you.
Thank you. Did anyone else have any questions regarding the business district? Any questions from the trustees? Mr. McKenna? Yes, ma'am, please. If you could come up to the microphone, please.
My name is Linda Vandernold, and we own one of the townhomes that's on Harlem in between the train tracks and where Title Max used to be. My concern is because we enter from Harlem onto Berkeley, would Berkeley still be an access for us if you had this business district? Would you close that off? I'm just curious because,
The business district has absolutely no bearing on ingress or egress
Okay.
on Berkeley. We are going to be talking about the traffic study that was done. There was also no mention in the traffic study with regard to Berkeley in any way.
okay, because I'm also concerned then about, our driveways are behind our townhomes, so we have to access off of Berkeley. If that becomes incredibly busy, I know we had people that lived on Berkeley that were already complaining about traffic that cut through because of the railroad tracks if they're down. I just would like to be able to still access Harlem and not have to go constantly through.
There's no
Riverside.
anticipation that would change in
Okay,
any way.
that was my question, thank you.
Thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
Anyone else? Okay. Hearing none, I'd ask, yes, Mr. Ray.
It seems to me that the Marathon Station is a successful business, and I'm wondering why you included that in that zone.
The primary reason was because of the access point at Long Common. To be able to have both sides of that access point is kind of one of the gateway elements of the village, in case in the future we were
Thank
able
you.
to develop it anyway. Any other questions? Hearing none, I would ask for a motion and a second to adjourn the business district hearing.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Sedeby.
Second.
Second by Mr. Pollak. Please call the roll.
Trustee Bowden.
Aye.
Trustee Collins.
Aye.
Trustee Lumsden.
Aye.
Trustee Pollak.
Aye.
Trustee Sedek.
Aye.
Trustee Hamilton. Aye.
That meeting is adjourned.